Hello everyone, JSGC here again, and we're here for another Manchester City transfer update. We've got updates on Rodri, we've got updates on Bruno Fernandes, Joao Felix, Joao Cancelo. We've also got updates with regards to Danilo and Otamendi and Leroy Sane, plus more coming up in this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you're enjoying this video, make sure that you do leave a thumbs up because it helps me out, and make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and press the bell and put your push notifications on for daily Man City transfer updates to keep in the loop with everything that's happening with City transfer news. Remember, 3 to 4 signings we're expecting this summer, covering every single day. So any news, I'll be the first to break it to you. You can go and check out my social media in the description below too. So we're going to crack on with this video, and it's a rather interesting update with this. So we're going to talk first about Rodri, because if you remember rightly, City do want to release the clause to sign Rodri. Rodri's taking his time, wants time to think about it, and Man City rather brutally have told him that they don't really want to wait. It's a situation where they kind of see it: if you want to join Man City, you want to join, and if you're having second thoughts or anything like that, then you kind of already made your decision. It's a big thought, but City are saying that they want to know soon because well, it takes time doing transfers, and so if Rodri isn't going to join Man City, don't want it to turn into a saga that drags on for weeks and weeks and weeks like Jorginho, and so they want to focus on other targets. So we're talking Llorente of Real Madrid at defensive midfield, and we're also talking City want to step up their interest in Ndombele should we not sign Rodri. So to me, it's City learning their lessons from the fiasco of last year with Jorginho. We're not getting any answers yet, but it seems that City, they're wanting players to say, I want to join Manchester City, and jump at the opportunity rather than ooming and ahhing and things dragging on. So it'll be interesting to see the next developments in that story. Like I said, I'm expecting that to either be a simple yes, I will join, or no, I want to stay here. Don't rule out like him saying I want to stay and then leave and go somewhere else. That's kind of how things work in the transfer window. It can be a cruel place at times. Now we'll talk about Joao Cancelo, so of Juventus, the right back, and like I said, it's interesting because City have apparently stepped up their interest in signing him. So obviously got interest first, so City might be making inquiries, roughly trying to figure out how much he's going to cost, because this is because I've got an update on Danilo, which I'll bring to you later in the video and explain in more detail about Danilo and the Cancelo transfer. Now, because of this story anyway, City are also getting linked with Wan-Bissaka, and he is definitely an option for City to sign at right back. I do believe Cancelo at this moment in time is the priority for right back should City sell Danilo. Wan-Bissaka is an option should we not, or choose not to sign Cancelo, or he doesn't want to join or go somewhere else. The problem is we're talking £50 million, and City apparently don't value him at £50 million, and so they don't want to pay it, which is quite believable. I mean, the player's had a great season. He's had one good season, though, and because he's English now, he's all of a sudden worth the same amount as Kyle Walker, who had numerous good seasons before he signed for City for the same price. Yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Now, I said I'd have a Bruno Fernandes update, brought you some Bruno Fernandes updates yesterday, and on top of Man City not wanting to sign him, City have now officially, according to sources in Portugal, these are the same ones that saying City were going to sign Bruno Fernandes, they've now officially said, not happening. City have pulled out the race, so Bruno Fernandes is no more to Man City, and as far as I'm concerned, I will not be mentioning Fernandes again until he does leave Sporting Lisbon, and when he does, I'll tell you where he went, because obviously City were linked with him earlier in the summer, and the most likely option of that is Manchester United. We're talking £71 million. Apparently Tottenham are now interested too. Whether that's fabricated or not to try and get United to pay more, I do not know. Now, last but not least in the end, we're going to talk Joao Felix. He played in the Portugal game yesterday, obviously, and City yesterday brought the update saying City want to meet the release clause, €120 million. Well, Manchester United and Real Madrid are apparently prepared to meet the release clause too, now that Man City are too. So we're in like a little tug of war, which City, if they are prepared to do this, then it's not as difficult as City getting involved in transfer bidding wars, because the price isn't going to be any more than €120 million unless Felix decides to sign a new deal where the release clause goes up. But €120 million we're talking, we're going to have to persuade the player to come to Manchester City, and the feeling I'm getting from City is they don't want to do too much persuading. Again, it's one of them situations where they want players that want to be here, so he's got the option to sign for Man City. City are willing to meet his release clause. If he wants to sign for Man City, he can. A good wage packet on offer, €4.5 million per year we're talking. Apparently United and Real Madrid are prepared to pay €5 million a year, of course, bettering the offer and making it more financially viable. So the option basically is get paid more and move somewhere else. Where is he happy to go? So if he wants Man City, he can go to Man City, but it's one of them where if he doesn't want to, he wants to go for money or go to somewhere else, then fine, we'll just move on. It's not as complicated as a transfer as what it seems to be. There's a lot to talk about, but it's not as complicated. My personal feeling, though, is a club that's willing to pay more money. So we're talking players like Pogba, like De Ligt. Money talks, basically, and City can compete, but they don't want to. They don't want to upset the apple cart with other players that are already at the club, because you offer him wage, then you start getting that he's on more money than me, and he's not been here as long, and I've had a good season, he hasn't. Things like that, and things just get ugly, basically, and so that's what City are trying to avoid. Not egos, team players. Now, into the outs. Interest in this one. Further to yesterday's story on Brandon Barker, where I said Leeds were interested, he's now been linked with a permanent move, but not to Leeds, but to Celtic to work with Neil Lennon. Neil Lennon, of course, was the manager at Hibernian when Brandon Barker was there. He's worked with him before, and Celtic are now confident that they can work out a cut-price permanent deal, which to me is better than a loan move to Leeds United, because it obviously sorts out his future long term. It's not loans, and then you don't have to worry about signing new deals and going out on loan here. He gets to settle under a manager that he has worked for before. So I'm hoping that that might well be true and does work out. Now, the Sun have been reporting that Manchester City 18-year-old academy player Taylor Richards, I have brought you this before a couple of months back, but he doesn't want to renew his deal with Manchester City. There's going to be a lot of interest in him. With Inter Milan are very interested. There's a few Premier League teams interested too, which means one thing. It's the same as the Jadon Sancho transfer, which means compensation. But it's a shame to lose such a quality player from the academy, but if he doesn't want to be here, wants to go somewhere else, then good luck with the move. Now, the Sun, they've been speaking a lot. Some of this is quite reliable, by the way, but they've been reporting Inter are now back in for Danilo, but the 10 million short. We're talking a bid of somewhere between 12 and 13 million has been made, apparently, and City have rejected this. City's value is £22 million. They want to be able to recoup as much money of the £26 million that they paid for him, and so they're hoping to get somewhere close to around 22 million. So I imagine there's a little bit of room for negotiations, but as I was mentioning before with Cancelo, City are hoping to be able to get enough money for Danilo that they can put this money, or a good chunk of it, towards signing Cancelo, who would be able to cover for right back along with Kyle Walker, two very good right backs, I will add. But I don't know much else about Cancelo, so I'm hoping if anyone does watch him that play for Portugal or play for Juventus or whatever, do let me know. Is he versatile? Can he play in other positions? Are we talking right wing, left back, left wing, centre back? I don't know a lot about him. City do like versatile players, so I'd be surprised if they're going to have two right backs that can predominantly only play at right back. Of course, Kyle Walker can even slot in at centre back. So I'd love to know what his next strongest position is for Cancelo, because if he can play at left back, it'd explain why City aren't after a left back. Now, the Leroy Sane update. We already know Bayern aren't going to pay the Man City asking price. It's an extraordinary, monstrous amount of money, and they're not going to pay it. So instead, they want Leroy Sane to force through the move to Bayern. They want him to reject the new deal and say, I want to join Bayern, to allow Man City then to negotiate. It's up to City if they want to be awkward then and negotiate with Bayern or not, or just say, pay the money, or you're not having him. It's as simple as that. But according to rumours, City aren't going to replace Leroy Sane should he sign. Now, I thought that Joao Felix might have been a replacement. City must be looking to use him in another position, possibly playing him up front, long-term replacement for Aguero, possibly playing behind the striker, possibly dropping deeper, possibly even sitting in front of the midfield three, possibly drifting out wide. Who knows? I don't know what City's plan is. We'll have to wait and see if we do sign Felix as to what their plan is, but it seems left wing isn't it. City say Sterling and Mahrez can play there. Bernardo Silva can slot in there. Bernardo Silva, Mahrez and Sterling can play on the right. They've got enough cover and they're not interested. What is really frustrating with City would have been if Sane does leave. It would have been perfect if we still had Brahim Diaz here, a player that can cover that position too, and be the fourth choice winger, so he'd have got plenty of some games for Man City, and it'd have been another academy player to have used. But it is what it is. Now, last but not least, in the outs, we're going to talk Otamendi. I said I've got an update on him, and it's been reported City have set their price tag on Otamendi. I'm not too sure if this means he's made his decision as to whether he wants to stay or leave at Man City, but apparently the price tag's £20 million, which to me seems a little low for what you get. I'm surprised there aren't more Premier League teams interested, because you're talking a player that's won numerous Premier League titles, a very good centre-back, very good in the air, a dominant player, he's a decent tackler too. I'm surprised there's not more Premier League interest in him, if I'm honest. I know Valencia and Atletico Madrid are interested, potentially West Ham. I'm just surprised that £20 million, a proven Premier League centre-back who's still got a few years left in him, it seems like a good deal, so I'm surprised if that's the case that there isn't more interest there. But you know, there we go. And last but not least in this update, we're talking contracts. I've got an update with Oleksandr Zinchenko, which is good. Now, he's apparently close to signing a new deal at Manchester City, and on top of this, Man City won't be signing a left-back. They are happy to go with Zinchenko and Benjamin Mendy. So Ben Chilwell, as far as I'm concerned at this moment in time, City were umming and ahhing whether they should make a move or not. It seems that the decision at this moment in time is no, we're going to stick with what we've got. They want Zinchenko on a new deal. He'll be used at left-back along with Benjamin Mendy when he is fit to go. How long that's going to be for, I do not know. So there we go, that has been the video. I am fully aware of the reports that were going around yesterday from the Associated Press with regards to the financial fair play results with UEFA and City taking the case to CAS. Now, I'm fully aware of that. I'm waiting for official confirmation from the club. When a decision's been made from UEFA, according to their sources at the Associated Press, they were saying end of this month, so 2 weeks or even 10 days, 2 weeks, few weeks time, we should have some kind of decision. And at the moment, City are putting plans in motion because they're not expecting that decision to be in their favour, which comes as no surprise to anybody. I'm just letting everyone know I'm fully aware of what's been happening. I will have a video out on it, but I'm waiting for the decision to be made first before I do a video on that, and then obviously City will be appealing the decision if it doesn't go in their favour. So that's where we're at with that. That will be coming when the decision is made. So keep an eye on my Twitter, because obviously Twitter will probably go into meltdown when that does happen. Now, yeah, that's pretty much the video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. It does help me out. And leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you want Otamendi to stay? Do you want Cancelo to be the replacement for Danilo should he leave? What's your opinion on Man City definitely not signing Bruno Fernandes? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're aiming for 4,000 subscribers. We're not too far away, and it's very nice to see. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. You can go check out my social media, including my Twitter, in description below. Check out my Instagram too, if you so wish, popping up on screen too. And if you want to go and check out my email, if you want to hit me with any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries, then that is in the description below, or it's just jsgc171@gmail.com. So there we go, that's been the video. I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Man City transfer update. Fingers crossed we'll have some more positive news. So I'll see you then. So it's been JSGC. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.